Well, it's the 11th of June and I'm back on Stella Polaris. Arrived back on Saturday the 8th. Just getting the boat ready because I'm moving off tomorrow morning and I'm going to head back up to Leros, that small island north of Kos. Why I'm going back there is simply because there's a very good boat yard, which I had the boat there before, called Artemis. And I'm going to get some work done on the boat and also to anti-foul the hull. Good morning, it's Wednesday the 12th of June. I've actually left Larnaca. Took a little bit of sorting out on the customs and get my passport stamped. Had to get immigration to come in to do it. Happened to mention Brexit to me as well. Yeah, on the way to the Aegean. Should get there, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, probably Sunday, I would have thought. I haven't got favourable winds. Maybe I might get favourable winds as I get close, I don't know. So I'm motoring. Filled up with lots of fuel this morning, so I've got plenty of fuel. Have to come round this headland and then we head towards Limassol. Akateri, where the British still have a sovereign base there. It sticks out quite a bit on the southern part of Cyprus, so I'll have to get around that and then start heading more north-west once I come round and then move off away from Cyprus. See my little wind thing there, see we're more or less heading into wind. It's the prevailing winds come down the Aegean and sweep westerly winds. So going back to the Aegean means you're sort of against the wind. I tried to pick it so the winds have got quite light, you know, and hopefully they will be until we get to Leros, but sometimes they can pick up. Just wait and see. This is 13th of June and crossing over to Rhodes, left Cyprus behind. Not much wind, motor sailing. It's calm, hot, getting there slowly. Hope to arrive by Sunday, possibly might be a bit later, it's hard to tell. Yeah, we're about a third of the way across to Rhodes now. I fixed the teleport yesterday. I put on an extension rod onto the tiller piston, and it's now holding a perfect course, so I'm really pleased. Yeah, I hadn't realised, I knew it wasn't holding a course properly, and I took it on, I thought, oh yeah, but my other one had an extension on, and I fixed that yesterday, and now it's holding a perfect course. I was so pleased. It's not the worst having to keep coming up on deck all the time, check to keep you on board. I actually slept well last night. It's another hot day today. Yeah, last night I slept well because knowing that I was holding the course. It was obviously more relaxed. There was a few vessels last night and I was just out. Other than the last day or so, we haven't seen hardly any vessels. So it's one of those things, solo sailing. You just got to get your head down. Obviously I've got all my nav lights on to make sure that all the vessels can see me. But yeah, I think I slept. I had about an hour awake in the night. Slept pretty well through it. I woke up at 6. Yeah, this is the electrical tiller, the Simrad tiller, and then obviously at the back when I'm sailing proper, the winds aren't right at the moment for sailing. I have the, it's called Gusto, it's the Aries wind vane, that doesn't take any power. That's that extra rudder at the back. Yeah, it's funny, when I left Larnaca, I had must be 3 or 4 people all said to me, oh, you're sailing on your own. How do you feel about being out at sea on your own? And I just said, no, it's fine, not an issue at all, don't worry about it. I know it can be a bit tricky on your own, especially when you're coming into mooring and like moorings, or coming into little marinas and that. It can be a bit tricky. It's always nice to have a crew on board, but I find it's much easier just to be on your own, just getting on with it. You get connected to your boat and you just get on with it, as simple as that. Yeah, when I was in the Midlands for that 4 or 5 weeks, I couldn't believe the intense level of traffic on the roads, and everything seemed to have changed. It seems that the vehicles have sort of morphed inside. They're absolutely huge now, and I don't know, I had this sense that it's such a rat race. And then when I'm on a boat at sea on my own, I'm not in a rat race at all. It's just my little world, separate from the fast pace of life. It seems I don't know, humanity seems to be getting to this faster and faster state of being, and I think that's one of the reasons why we're due to have this. I don't know. I just feel that we're on the complete cotton road. Mankind is. We know we've got this major climatic problem. We're not addressing it in any way, shape or form. So this is one of the reasons why I want to do my sailing Odyssey as well. Because maybe in the future the climatic conditions won't be too good for long distance sailing. Who knows? Yeah, you can tell that little telltale there, and that way the white caps are, which way the wind's blowing. So we're sailing as close as we can to the wind, and because we can't sail into wind, the boat would stop. We have to be close hauled. It's always the most difficult points of sailing, because you're sailing into the sea, into the waves, and it obviously makes things a lot harder. When I sailed to Cyprus, I had these winds behind me like they are now, and it only took me 3 days, and here I am. This is Saturday, and I'm supposed to be there for Monday, but I can't see it somehow. I may have to go into Rhodes to get a little bit more fuel into the marina there. Yeah, lots of white caps around. Big ship passed me earlier on, heading towards Cyprus that way. Yeah, what's happening? The wind's being channeled between Rhodes and Turkey. I'm not far from the Turkish coastline. You can actually see it, an outline of it. I'm tacking up slowly. Possibly might have to go into Rhodes to fuel up. It's going to take me a while though. It's very slow work. You can see my track there, the zigzag formation. It's the Turkish coastline. This is just Turkey ahead, and then just to my port on to the left is Rhodes. Still got a bit to go. It's the 16th of June. Last night was pretty wild. Winds got up to 27 knots and the sea state was really rough. But the boat was going along okay, no problem, and then obviously I had to get some sleep and woke up and I noticed this morning, what time was that? Maybe 5 o'clock. The boat wasn't on course, and went to the electric telepilot that was jammed under the strain. It must have been put under strain, and the piston itself's got jammed, so I can't use it. Unfortunately, I've got another one which I might be able to fix it. So I'm on the auto helm, still under engine. slowly. I'm not that far from Rhodes Marina, so I had to go in there and see if I can get a berth. I might be able to fix it myself. But the sea state's calm now. It's the winds drop right down to about, let's see, about 15 knots. It was very rough last night. This is the Turkish coastline here ahead of us, to our right. Over there in the distance is the island of Rhodes. So I'm making in between Rhodes, the northeastern part of Rhodes, and then I'm going to head in between them, go past Simi and head up towards Leros. But I'm not going to be there tomorrow. It was planned to be tomorrow, but no, it's taken a lot longer because I've been against the winds, as I am now close hauled, which last night it was pretty rough to see. And it's jammed my electrical auto teller. The piston's jammed, so I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to canalise my old one and fix it, you know, because that's important for the kit. But I'm using the Aries wind vane at the moment. Yeah, for a solo sailor, this is really important. There's no way you can be on the helm all the time, doing hundreds of miles on a sailing boat. You've got to have. This is Aries self-steering, works on a vane. This is what's controlling the boat now. And then if you're under engine, normally you've got the electrical tiller pilot, which again is an important piece of kit, but they do tend to go the electrical tiller pilot. This is the most reliable piece of kit. This doesn't use any power. It's a servo-assisted system. Yeah, sailing is simple as this. You're out in a dynamic environment. Weather conditions can change quite rapidly, and you've got to be able to cope with anything that's thrown at you, and obviously things break. Any mechanical piece of kit breaks. Then you've got to be resourceful and think out, I'm going to get and sort this thing out. And this is constant. You know, this is one of the things you've got to be able to do. I call them little wins, that you fix something and it's a little psychological win. Very important. But I'm really pleased to be back sailing. It's a superb experience. You see this constant tacking I've been doing against the wind. The winds are coming from the north. But they must have veered a bit because I can come round a little bit more. But the plan is go through here. And then I've got to get up down to Leros, past Kos, which is here. That's Kos. And then up to Artemis, which is the northern end of Leros. That's where the boatyard is. That's the Turkish coastline here. I've left Simi this morning. It's a small island. I went in 2 nights ago, or 2 days ago, a day ago, to get fuel. And I was pretty knackered after my journey from Cyprus, and I was due to leave yesterday, but when I spoke to the boatyard, they said there's high winds on the northern part of Leros, and they wouldn't be able to get me out of the water, so they said just to delay it for a day. So this is Wednesday, I think this is the 19th today, just to check. Yeah, June the 19th, and I'm just heading now around to Leros. Shouldn't arrive there until tomorrow morning or this evening. Yes, I left Simi this morning, and now I'm just off Corfu at the eastern end, and the winds have got up to, let's see, yeah, it's 25 knots, well, nearly 26 knots. I guess sensible people would have moored up for the night, but I want to get up to Leros, to the Artemis boatyard, and I should have been there a few days ago because of the winds. So I want to try and make it for tomorrow. We'll
sure what time, maybe midday. And that means I've done really well because I've had the winds against me all the way from Cyprus. Unfortunately, I went into Simi for 2 nights, so I slept well. Don't think I'll be sleeping much tonight. I'll be on the go all night tonight. But because I've had those 2 good nights sleep, I'll be fine. I've nearly made it to Leros. It's very windy. They won't be able to get me out of the water in these winds, I'm sure. That means I've got to go onto an anchorage wait. I don't know how long these winds are going to last like this for, because I'm starting to run out of food because I've had this long journey from Cyprus. Yes, it's Thursday. I had a couple of days in Simi. I needed to fuel up, and I've been right through the night on the helm. I had to go through between a small gap between Corfu and Turkey. It was quite a tight gap, and then there was lots of small islands, you know, so I just had to stay on the helm. I've had a bit of a sleep now, just caught up on the sleep, but boat's getting knocked about a bit, you know, and yeah, it's the trouble here in the Aegean. You do get lots of wind. It's obviously a bit of a problem, and for me to get into the boatyard, they can't have any winds to get onto the cradle, you know. I don't know how protected it'll be, but I can't. Being the northern part of the island, it is always exposed to winds, you know. I've had to deal with these whitecaps all the time, you know. It's made for a hard sail, more or less, from Cyprus against the winds all the way, and that's why it's taken such a long time. I'm glad I did the route. I did a route that took me around the back of the islands to give me some sort of protection. So that worked out really well. But this is going to be a bit tricky going in here in these winds to anchor.